Yo, how's it going, everybody? And welcome back to Heavy Metal Devils. Danny here giving you the latest Manchester United news and lots to get stuck into this afternoon. But just before you do, if you don't mind doing me a huge favor and hitting that subscribe button, take a look at how close we are to 500 subs. And that is all down to you guys. I can't thank you enough. So let's get to 500 by the end of this week. I know we can do it. Anyway, let's just get stuck into the news. And lots of news today breaking out about Andre Onana, Rasmus Højlund, Anthony Elanga, just lots of stuff. Let's just start with Andre Onana. Let's start at the back and we'll work our way forward. Anyway, lots of outlets and lots of websites now saying that a verbal agreement has been reached with Inter Milan. I think we've launched a 47 or 48 million pound bid to Inter for Andre Onana, which is around near the 60 million euro mark, which should be enough to seal this deal. I know they have been very stubborn in saying they want 60 million and they're not budging on that move. But apparently a verbal agreement has been reached. Usually when a verbal agreement has been reached, it means that there's just a couple million there to solve, and I'm sure that will get resolved within the next few hours. We all know that this deal needs to be done by the end of tomorrow, so Inter knows who is going on that preseason tour and who they can embed back into the team. And Fabrizio Romano has said that Wednesday and Thursday are going to be the ideal days, and the team or Manchester United should have this deal wrapped up by the end of the week, and it's all pointing to that now. I mean, multiple sites now reporting that the verbal agreement has been reached. So I would expect within the next maybe 6 to 12 hours, a here we go from Fabrizio Romano. And we all know when that happens, the deal is basically done and he is signed for Manchester United. I wouldn't expect an announcement from Manchester United, not this week, maybe next week if he does sign. You know, he's got to go through the medical and all that. But it does look like this deal is absolutely imminent within hours now. We all know that the deal has to be wrapped up by the end of tomorrow. So, good news on the Andre Onana front. Let me know if you believe these rumors that the fee has been agreed. Probably just off by a couple million there. And one of the teams will budge and we will seal this deal. But yeah, comment below. Let me know what you think about this signing. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go to Rasmus Højlund. Massive news breaking out about Rasmus Højlund over the last couple hours. So I don't know if you remember just a few days ago that I mentioned that Mason Greenwood was talked about being used in a swap deal plus cash for Rasmus Højlund. I think there's also been talks about Amad Diallo and Anthony Martial being part of that, or having their own separate deals. I think they've offered them a few players, but apparently Atalanta have immediately rejected any prospect of a player plus cash swap for Rasmus Højlund. They want straight cash. They wanted 80 million. We all remember those crazy talks about them wanting 80 million for this young striker who scored like 14 goals last season. I think now talks are around 60 to 65 million, but that's still well above the valuation for Manchester United. He's all potential, but he is Erik ten Hag's first choice. He really wants this guy. He sees him as his ideal striker. But there has been reports now coming out over the last couple hours from Laurie Whitwell saying that Manchester United will move on from Rasmus Højlund if they cannot find a compromise with Atalanta over a transfer fee. The next striker in line would be Randal Kolo Muani. He's one of the big options as a backup if they cannot land this transfer, which is fine. I'm all about that. But from what I know, Randal Kolo Muani will cost more than Rasmus Højlund. Yeah, he's more seasoned. He's had a better year. I think he had a great goal scoring season last year in the Bundesliga. But as we know, our history signing players from the Bundesliga has not always been great. They've failed a bit at Manchester United, not other clubs. I think City have a great record of signing players from there. We just don't. So Not sure how I feel about that one, but I think this is kind of all a ploy to get Atalanta to, lower their asking price. It's kind of what we did with Mason Mount and Moises Caicedo when Chelsea were, wanting around 70, 65, 70 for Mason Mount. We went and said, oh, okay, well, we'll go get Moises Caicedo, and that kind of lowered the price, and we got to an agreement there. So I think that's kind of what's happening here. Plus, I think we're kind of still in the race for Harry Kane towards the end of the transfer window if he doesn't go to Bayern, that is. So yeah, Rasmus Højlund deal rejected by Atalanta, but I think that will be a breakthrough, and hopefully we can get him on tour. It's looking increasingly unlikely that we'll get him onto that preseason tour, which is a shame. We'll really need him. Hopefully we can get him and at least maybe ship him out for a game or two and then have him fly back with the team. We'll see what happens there. But anyway, sticking with the forwards, let's talk about Anthony Elanga. Apparently, and this is according to the Manchester Evening News, Goal.com, BBC Sport, The Athletic, Daily Mail, Sky Sports, everyone reporting this, that Everton are very interested in signing Anthony Elanga. It's just the transfer fee that I'm not that happy about. I'm all happy for him to go. I'm just not happy with the 10 million that will be offered. They're bidding I think they sent in a 10 million pound bid. But I think we should try and get at least 15 to 20. We have a very big problem selling our youngsters. If City can sell a goalkeeper for 19 mil who's never started a Premier League game, I think we can sell a player that started the Premier League, that started in the Champions League, and that starts for Sweden for more than 10 million. So I think we go for 20. Let's try and get some money in. He could, boost our transfer pot just a bit. I just think 10 million is a bit of a joke. But knowing us, we'll probably sell him for 8 million because we suck at selling players for some reason. We just need to get them off the books. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And more on the outs is that Dean Henderson looks set to leave to Nottingham Forest for around 20 to 25 million, which I also think is a very low fee for a goalkeeper of his capability. I think we can get at least 30. And that would be a great help towards our transfer pot as well. Fred looks set to head to Fulham for around 15, which I'm not too surprised. People forget that he only has 1 year left on his contract. So 15 to 20 million is all we're going to get for Fred. And at least his wages will be off the books, and we can maybe get an Amrabat with that as well. So yeah, lots of ins, lots of outs happening. And yeah, let me know how you feel below about the Rasmus Højlund rejection from Atalanta. Andre Onana looking like the deal has been agreed verbally. And Elanga going to Everton, Dean Henderson going to Nottingham Forest, and Fred, going wherever he's going. Let me know what you think down below. Comment, like, share, and the big one, don't forget to subscribe. Let's get to 500 subscribers this week. I know we can do it. And anyway, I'll see you all on the next one. Later.